In this age of labor shortages, I'm the one quitting Rogue Company. I slammed my resignation letter on my boss's desk and walked out. But what should I even do now? I'm Haru Momoi, 26 years old. Looks like I've already hit a major turning point in my life. I've got unemployment benefits, so I'll take it easy for now. No point in rushing things. I'm done working for Rogue Company. No way I'm going back to that mess. I even reported them to the labor board, so that place probably won't last much longer. I couldn't bring myself to browse job listings. I've got some savings, so I decided to take a break and recover. Crap, it's been 2 months already! Living freely like this really makes you lazy. The days just flew by while I enjoyed my comfy lifestyle. Alright, it's about time I get moving. Okay, time to job hunt. Giving my lazy self a much-needed wake-up call. I realized something. Office jobs just aren't for me. In a way, I should thank my last job for helping me figure that out. If I think of it as a learning experience, maybe it wasn't a total waste. Maybe I should take over a small factory with no successor and become a craftsman or something. Once you start looking, there are way more options out there than you'd think. Getting a commercial driver's license and joining a trucking company that's desperate for workers could be an option too. Stepping onto a new path feels kind of exciting. Huh? A Vtuber? Isn't that one of those anime avatar things? A job ad I stumbled upon caught my attention. I don't know much about it, but I've seen those on video sites now and then. From what I hear, it's an easy gig. Just playing games and messing around. Totally biased opinion. Now that I think about it, I used to... I can't believe I actually made it this far! The company's office is in a prime location and looks pretty new. They must be doing really well. Lucky for them. Wearing a suit to a Vtuber audition feels kind of weird. Is this really okay? Still, jumping straight to the final round, what kind of company runs things like this? I applied for this job on a whim, thinking it'd just be for fun. The description said there'd be a first round, second round, and final round of auditions. But the reply I got? Straight to the final audition. And the response was way more enthusiastic than I expected. I couldn't help but notice how many exclamation marks they used in the email. Maybe this place has a bad reputation, and no one wants to join. I don't know much about this industry, so I have no clue about its reputation, but hey, I wasn't super serious about this anyway. If this doesn't work out, whatever. At least it'll make for a good story. The reason I got interested in this job was because people have always complimented my voice. Back in school, everyone used to comment on it, and at my last job, I was always the one stuck answering phones. Whenever I answered, customers would be unusually friendly. That's probably why they dumped all the complaint calls on me. I never thought about using my voice professionally, but maybe there's something to it. That said, I'm not the kind of person who wants to show my face in public. That's why VTubing seems like a good fit. Nervously, I waited for the audition. What if they asked me to sing out of nowhere? Or worse, what if they asked me to take my clothes off? I mean, this industry can get a little sketchy sometimes, right? What if some old guy says, "You know what you need to do if you want to make it big," or something gross like that?
Please come in.
Just as I was getting carried away with my weird thoughts, they called me in. Looks like no one else came to audition. When I stepped in, I saw a neat, tidy office with desks arranged perfectly. 3 women were sitting there, waiting for me. I'm Haru Momoi. Nice to meet you. Bowing deeply when introducing yourself is just basic professionalism. First impressions are everything, especially with female interviewers. They might be extra strict about appearance, too. What the? When I looked up to properly see the 3 interviewers, I froze. Because all 3 of them were my ex-girlfriends!
Hey Haru, remember me? I'm Natsu Aoi. I'm Aki Akai, long time no see.
Wait, you guys all know him? No, Haru belongs to me, Fuyushiori.
Right, well, I'll take that as a sign this isn't working out. Goodbye! And with that, I turn to leave.
Wait, Haru? I'll double, no, triple the pay.
Yeah, and you can name your cut of the super chats too. You feel like run into a cool guy. It's making my heart race.
No way! I'm not staying here! Vtuber? Screw that! I was never that into it to begin with! As I tried to bolt, their hands grabbed me like damned souls dragging me to hell!
The audition's not over yet. There's still so much we need to ask you.
Haru, it's been a while. Looks like we're destined to be together, huh?
Their fingers dug painfully into me, pressing into my skin! Ah, ow! Your nails hurt! What the hell's wrong with you guys? I just want a normal job and a normal life! Let me go!
Calm down, I'll give you a special pressure interview with my chest.
No, that's my job, since mine's the biggest.
Alright, so let's start fresh.
But first, why won't the door open? Am I being held hostage or something?
Let's start fresh.
Hey, don't just ignore me!
I don't care about your motivations for applying. Do you have a girlfriend right now?
Damn it! The blatant selfishness behind that question made me curse under my breath. Aki just snickered like it was the most natural thing in the world.
Don't get the wrong idea. In this industry, scandals are a big no-no. Plenty of VTubers have had their careers ruined after their relationships got exposed.
So that's a thing, huh? If you think of VTubers as celebrities who only exist online without showing their faces, it kind of makes sense. And when there's money involved, the risks only increase. I'm not seeing anyone right now. Honestly, I've been too busy since I quit my job to even think about dating.
Yes, in that case, how about me? I haven't stopped thinking about you, not even once since back then.
Cut it out, he's mine. And I'll take care of him for life, so stay out of my way.
I'll pass on that, thanks.
There's something I really want to know. How many people have you been with? By the way, I've been with 0. You're gonna be the first and last for life.
Looks like my stamina for this mobile game is running out, so I think I'll head home now.
Oh no, you're not getting away.
Come on, just tell me. And obviously from now on, the only person you'll ever be with is me, right?
Yeah, I can't answer questions that personal.
Fuyu, what are you saying? It's obviously going to be me.
Stop it, I'm the one who's right for him.
What if I say I've been with more than one person?
That might just start a war.
And if I say only one?
A fistfight will break out, and I'll beat these 2 to a pulp.
Don't start that! How did things end up like this? I've been dragged here by 3 of my exes, and now I'm in a pretty hopeless situation. I never imagined I'd run into them like this. These 3, they were my ex-girlfriends from middle school, high school, and college.
What's your life plan? And at what age do you want to get married? How many kids do you want?
Let's move in together. I got soundproof room and everything set up for streaming. My mom wants to meet you too. How about dinner tonight? After that, maybe a hotel?
Fuyu Shiroi and I have known each other since we were kids. Like most childhood friends, we even made a promise to get married someday. In elementary school, we were so close that people teased us, and we officially started dating when we entered middle school. But as we hit puberty, things got complicated, and we gradually drifted apart. Before I knew it, she transferred schools, and that was the end of our relationship. In high school, I met Natsu Aoi. She was carefree and had lots of friends, both guys and girls. Even after we started dating, it felt like we were just friends with a bit more attached. She always prioritized her friends, and I was always left as an afterthought. Maybe I got on her nerves too, because eventually, she dumped me. Then in college, I met Aki Akai. She was really jealous by nature. At one point, she even accused me of cheating. It was all a misunderstanding, but I was hurt by how little she trusted me even though we were together. Our relationship stayed awkward after that, and in the end, we broke up. There were all kinds of reasons we broke up. Some were unavoidable, like moving schools, while others were just differences in goals or personality clashes. But maybe somewhere along the way, I just got tired of relationships. Since then, I haven't really had any significant encounters. Either way, those relationships ended once and for all. Breaking up hurt, and yeah, I was down for a while. Then I'd meet someone new, get together, and eventually break up again. Over and over. But for some reason, all my exes seem to be clinging to the past. What the hell is this? Enough already, it's over. I said as I stood up from my chair, frustrated. There was a brief silence. I used that moment to leave the room. Yeah. They were the ones who ended things every time, after all. I never expected all of them to end up at the same company. Since I left the audition halfway through, I was obviously not gonna pass. And honestly, that's a relief. Working with all 3 of my exes would have been beyond awkward. If word got out, it'd be a scandal waiting to happen. As I was stressing out, my phone buzzed with an email. What? I passed? No way! A shocking acceptance notice showed up in my inbox. I didn't even properly finish the audition. I immediately shot back a reply. Due to personal reasons, I must withdraw from consideration. Accepted. What the heck is this? This is terrifying. Even though I sent a withdrawal email, the acceptance notifications kept coming, one after another. It honestly felt like something out of a horror story. And right after that, messages from my exes started pouring in.
I won't let you go.
I was such an idiot back then. I want to make up for the way I hurt you. I love you. I really love you.
Shiroi's gotten worse, huh? That reminded me how she always had a thing for delusional fantasies. In the end, I ended up accepting the job under ridiculously good terms. It was blatant favoritism. To be honest, after quitting my previous job and slacking off for a while, The offer was really tempting. And more than anything, putting aside the whole ex-girlfriend thing, I was excited to try something new. It felt thrilling to see how far I could go on my own. Aoi and I went to an electronics store. Even though I was starting a streaming gig, it'd take time to get everything ready. I needed to gather all the equipment required to become a VTuber. While waiting for deliveries, I wanted to set up my streaming environment at home.
How about this one? I use these headphones too. They're super comfortable, even if you wear them for hours.
Alright, let's go with these. Thanks for coming with me.
Don't mention it. Of course I'd make you my priority.
I mean, I really didn't ask you to go that far.
I've been regretting it all this time. I didn't understand anything back then. When I told my friends we broke up, they were furious with me. But even then, I didn't get it. It wasn't until college when you were gone that I finally realized. If something's really important, you shouldn't let it go. I should have cherished you. I've wanted to apologize for what happened back then for so long.
Aoi. I was surprised by how much she had changed. Back in high school, she wasn't the kind of person who could understand other people's feelings. Maybe that's just how much she'd grown.
I never thought I'd run into you again. I want to start over with you. This time, I swear I won't mess it up.
Even if you say that, just because we bumped into each other again doesn't mean I'll suddenly start feeling something. While I was lost in thought, she wrapped her arm around mine.
What about us living together again? My apartment is pretty big, but it feels lonely being there by myself. And I've got my streaming set up already, so I won't get in the way of your work. I really want you to think about it seriously. This time, I'm serious about you. I won't let anyone else take your place. I really like you.
It feels like it's been ages since we had a calm talk like this.
Didn't you say you never wanted to talk to me again?
That's so mean. The old you would never say something like that.
Is that so? The you who knows me probably thinks I'm the kind of loser who cheats, right? For a moment, I saw a pained expression on her face. I knew my words would hurt her, but I just couldn't hold back. After Aoi confessed, I was still feeling conflicted when Akai messaged me to grab drinks. Things were already feeling pretty awful between us.
I can't believe all three of you are dating. What a shock. It's like a mix of happy and uncomfortable coincidences, and it's all just so complicated. I really need a drink to deal with this.
As she said that, she took a big gulp from her glass, and I found myself doing the same.
I finally think I can honestly admit how I feel. I was so frustrated. You were my first love and the first person I really liked. But you had past relationships, and you were always popular in school while I felt like I was the one trying so hard, which made me feel miserable about myself. I took it out on you. I was the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Back then, you were so nice and wouldn't say anything like that, so I guess I took your kindness for granted.
I wonder if she regrets it. Did I really regret breaking up with her back then? Maybe she didn't like how easily I accepted our breakup.
I'm done being stubborn now. I have no pride left. If it were now, I'd cry and cling to you and make you stay. Because I love you. I've loved you ever since we broke up.
She smiled. It was a mature smile I hadn't seen from her during our college days.
Hey, Haru, you've grown up quite a bit.
Long time no see.
Don't be so formal. You can hug me and call me mom like you used to.
I feel like my memories are being distorted. On a holiday, I ended up visiting Shiroi's family home after she begged me to. Her mom and dad looked their age, but their gentle vibe hadn't changed one bit. But the real issue is their daughter. So, you still live at home?
What's wrong with that? I love my mom and dad, and living at home is awesome.
She acts like an adult in her childhood room. I'm not saying living alone is a must, but she's totally dependent on her family. I'm not saying you need to be independent, but you really haven't grown at all.
That's your fault. Because you and I promised to get married, so I have to keep my virtue, right?
Wait, was it all my fault?
I was sad about moving because of Dad's job, and I couldn't talk to you anymore. I was really rebellious back then, you know? I mean, I was separated from you. I ended up causing a lot of trouble for my family, too. After that, I had a lot of different experiences, but you've always been #1 in my heart. If I hadn't run into you, I'd probably have ended up a dutiful daughter who quietly died without ever marrying anyone.
I realized that the promise we made when we were kids meant a lot more to her than I thought. The childhood friend trope isn't something that can be brushed off with simple words. Just like I was sad about breaking up with her, it seems she felt even more deeply about it. You haven't changed at all.
That's not true, because now I can do things I couldn't do back then.
She's slowly inching closer to me, her gaze sharp like a predator's.
A lot has changed about me, you know? I'll show you.
She put her hands on her clothes, trying to take them off.
I've been holding back for so long, and now I'm really frustrated.
Calm down. Just breathe. Inhale. Exhale.
I studied a lot about limousine breathing, too.
Not even close.
Let's create a happy family together.
Hey, Haru, how about having dinner together? Oh, wow! Take your time.
This is why I dislike living at home.
My mom is also on board, too. Let's work hard together.
Work hard for what?
You know what it is.
Oh, I see a sweet potato stand outside the window!
Huh? Really?
I'm so tired. I almost crossed a line with Shiroi. Actually, right after meeting up again, I was about to cross a line with Aoi and Akai, too. Even though my ex has confessed to me, it's all happening way too fast, and I can't keep up with my feelings.
Took your time, huh? I got it. Your avatar arrived. I'm really looking forward to your streams.
Oh, nice. So this means I'm finally making my debut.
Check this out. I made it look just like you.
Huh? Aoi proudly showed me the PC monitor. There was a 3D model of the VTuber I was supposed to play, but that's literally just me. It was a perfect replica of me. There's no point in being a VTuber if it's just gonna be like this.
From now on, you'll be working as a couple VTuber.
If you can't decide, I thought we let our viewers choose who suits you the best from us three.
It's going to be survival-themed intense harem VTube debut.
These three are serious. They're giving off an insane amount of pressure. So I told them, seeking the only right answer. I'm retiring from being a VTuber.